This is strange. You're doing this format again. Why are you doing this format again, Nick? Don't worry. I'll be explained momentarily. So let's get to my low and my high, my active kindness first. Let's see, what was my low? My low was that it was very cold yesterday. Very cold. Like, the instant, like, I went back outside, I'm like, I gotta get back inside, because it was very cold. But, you know, it was a very nice day overall, and as the day went on, I got to see my dad. That was a pretty good high that I had. And, my act of kindness was, what was my act of kindness? Oh, right. I held the door for some people going into, well, I say held the door going in, walking into a store. I mean, it's one of those, you know, automatic doors, but, you know, the door wouldn't have opened if I hadn't stepped on that black rubber square first. So, I'll count it as that. So, with that said, good morning, happy Tuesday, everyone. Yeah, I got like a bunch of phlegm and stuff, whatever. Man, I keep getting sick on and off this time of year. It's unbelievable. Oh, right. Another low I had yesterday was, I say it was cold out, but no kidding. Yesterday I was cooking some pasta and trying to save some pasta water. I got some boiling water on my hand. It's not bad though. I have like a wicked blister like on my finger right there. So yeah, it doesn't hurt that bad, you know, just as long as I'm careful, you know, I'll be fine. So, with that said, good morning and happy Tuesday, everyone. So, you guys know I'm a huge Pokemon fan, and Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl just came out. For those of you who don't know, they're the remakes of the Gen 4 games, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, and subsequently Platinum. Which I did play a little bit of Diamond, but Platinum was the game that I mostly played. So with those games coming out, and with False Swipe Gaming now officially have talked about, I talked about Milotic, but it's part of the Feebas line, so Feebas, and just recently Munchlax. I think I should probably tell you about my experiences with these two Pokemon in particular, because they are arguably the second most and the most difficult Pokemon to find and obtain in Pokemon Platinum. Probably in all the games. Really. Really, I'm being serious. They are. And I was really just going to talk about Munchlax, but you know what? It's the holiday season. It's a time to give. So you're going to get two Pokemon for the price of one. Yeah, that really wouldn't stick. So I'll do Feebas because I would say it's the second most difficult to find and obtain. And funny enough, I actually had trouble finding this one than Munchlax, but I'll talk about that in a minute. So around the time, because I was playing Pokemon Platinum a lot, and like I was in college. Seriously, I played Pokemon Platinum a lot. And I played Heartgold, Soulsilver, you know, all the Gen 4 games as well. And I had a roommate in college who was using the Pokewalker that you got for Pokemon Heartgold and Soulsilver, which, no kidding, is scientifically one of the most accurate, like, walker things that there is. Really. Like, the thing that counts all your steps, or step count, that's what it is. It's like the Pokewalker, it's a step counter. But it's actually one of the most accurate ever made. Really. Like, look it up. It's been proven true. Anyway. And if you want to capture Feebas from Heartgold and Soulsilver, it involved doing, like, hundreds upon thousands of steps just to see if you can get it. But, you know, I actually had Pokemon Platinum, and, you know, it is possible to get Feebas in that game. So I figured, I'll get Feebas, which I was able to get as well. Now, that's the reason why I'm doing this format right now, because what I'm about to do, I'm going to have to literally, like, get up and show you what the process entails. Now, to capture Feebas in Pokemon Platinum or Diamond and Pearl, and it was actually like this in Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald as well. you had to capture via using a fishing rod. And the way that the fishing rod works, if you're on a tile that's right next to water, or you're surfing and you're on a tile that's literally just water, you can fish from there. Very simple. And, you know, you fish and sometimes you don't get a Pokemon at all, but sometimes you do. And, you know, you capture it if you want and, you know, move on, right? Now, with Feebas in Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, and I say Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum because I'm positive they'll probably do this in the remakes as well. Feebas can be found on a place called Mount Coronet, in a certain room on Mount Coronet, where obviously there's water to surf on. To find a Feebas, again, you have to fish for it. But here's the thing. Only on 6, I believe it's either 4 or 6 tiles, you can find a Feebas via fishing. Basically, what you have to do, and this is why I got to get up for it. Let's say that I'm looking for Feebas right now in the game. Like, where I'm standing right now, that's one tile. The tile in front of me, that's the tile that Feebas would potentially be in. And, you know, I fish, and if it's not there, you know, you move on, right? You fish and you gotta move on. And if it's not there, or you don't get Pokemon at all, you move to the next one. So it's like, fish, don't get it. Fish, don't get it. Fish, don't get it. Fish, don't get it. And now you see why the process is so tedious. Because you really could be doing this over and over and over again and have like 0 luck at all. Eventually I did find one with a little bit of luck. And keep in mind, like, these bodies of water are actually pretty big. You're talking like, best case scenario, at least 80 tiles. And that's not, and that's just if like, you're not finding a Pokemon in any of these. Because sometimes you do, and that's like an entire, you know, maybe a minute until you go to the next one. So this process can take several hours to do. And that's if you're lucky. So, yeah, there you go. You're looking at, so that's why Feebas is so hard to find. And now we get to Munchlax, which is arguably the most difficult Pokemon to obtain in Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. And again, I'm positive the remakes will keep that tradition alive. So, for those of you who haven't already figured out, Munchlax is the pre-evolved form of Snorlax. And Snorlax, especially back in the early generations, was one of the best Pokemon competitively in the games. Actually, you know what? Let me explain something about Feebas before we move on. You're probably wondering, why is it so much trouble to obtain Feebas like that? I mean, at first glance, it looks like a brown Magikarp. And upon first glance, it is. But with a few differences. One, Feebas can actually learn moves that aren't just like Splash and Tackle and Flail and or Bounce. Like, it can actually learn TMs. Magikarp couldn't do that at all. But the real reason why anyone wants to Feebas at all is if they want to evolve it via like increasing its beauty or contest stat or something, and evolve into Milotic. Now, for those of you who don't know, Milotic is highly regarded as the world's most beautiful Pokemon. Which, I guess it's beautiful for what it is. I mean, let's be honest, I don't play Pokemon for a beautiful Pokemon. Although, I play it because if a Pokemon is good, and Milotic is actually pretty solid of a Pokemon. It really is. I mean, if you're playing competitively, the moveset for Milotic is pretty much always the same. It's always like a water-type move, probably Surf, or in Gen 5 and onward, it's Surf or Scald, or maybe Hydro Pump. Ice Beam, Recover, and usually a status-inducing move, probably like, you know, Toxic or something. So, it's predictable, but it is still pretty powerful. In fact, no kidding, Milotic, to my knowledge, has the distinct honor of being on not 1, but 2 champions teams in the Pokemon games. Yes, it was on Wallace's team, in Pokemon Emerald, and it's on Cynthia's team in Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. And again, the remakes of Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. So, needless to say, Munchlax, pretty solid overall. Pretty good track record of popularity, to be sure. And then now I can move on to Munchlax. And I just mentioned how great competitively Snorlax was, right? Now, the way to obtain a Munchlax is very, very, very time-consuming. And even if you're lucky, it's very, very time-consuming. And the funny part is, I actually wasn't even trying to get it. So, Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum introduced a mechanic known as honey trees. What are honey trees? Well, basically, honey trees look like any tree that you would find anywhere in the game, except where, you know, the leaves on a normal tree is green, the honey trees are yellow. You know, makes sense. You know, honey is yellow, so it only makes sense that you would have the leaves on the honey tree yellow as well. Simple enough. Now, if you go buy honey is actually really cheap. I think you could buy there was like a deal, I think you get like 20 for like 100 Pokédollars or something. It's really cheap, I'm not kidding. Plus, if you have a Pokemon that has the pickup ability, sometimes they just find honey right off the bat. So, yeah, it's really cool. Now, using honey, you can slather the honey on a honey tree, and the honey is supposed to attract a wild Pokemon. Now, the way a honey tree works after you slather the honey is they say you're supposed to wait an entire day. Really, it was more like anywhere between 6 to 12 hours. But, you know, that's still a pretty significant time difference. So wait, you know, 6 to 12 hours, come back, and if you see that the leaves on the tree are rustling, rustling, a Pokemon was going to be there. Now, they actually did something really clever to determine if you were going to get anything good. Game Freak was really kind about this. Depending on how vigorous the rustling of the tree was, it would determine like how good or how rare the Pokemon that was on the tree was going to be. Like, if it was doing like this, you were going to get something like a Cherubi or a Combee or something along those lines. But if it was like really, really, really rustling, that was where you were going to get something really rare. Now, the reason why I was using the honey trees at all was because I wanted to capture Heracross. I mean, I've talked about Heracross before, but, you know, Heracross, a big blue beetle, you know, a Hercules beetle, bug fighting type, awesome. So it's like, there are so many Pokemon that I wish were in Smash Brothers, and Heracross is one of them. And Snorlax. Actually, you know, I kind of think Snorlax and Munchlax would be for good Smash characters too. But that was ever to be, I guess. So, eventually I did find Heracross, but I did have a few spare honey trees I wasn't using anymore, because I'll explain in a minute. So I went over the honey trees, and lo and behold, I found Munchlax. I had to later learn by watching Chucker Conroy's Pokemon Platinum Let's Play to give you a brief idea as to exactly how rare capturing Munchlax is. Because I did mention that there are honey trees in Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. But it probably came across that there was a significant amount. There really isn't. There's really only about 20. And of those 20, only about 4 will give you a Munchlax. And they're completely at random. Much like for Feebas. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, when fishing for Feebas, the tiles that, you know, Feebas can be on are completely at random. Again, very tedious. Now, yes, there's only 20 honey trees, so out of 4 of them, you can find, it's possible to find Munchlax. That's where Munchlax is going to be. Munchlax can only be found 1% of the time. On the 4 designated honey trees that are at random, that Munchlax could be on, there is still only a 1% chance you can find Munchlax. And again, because it's 4 out of 20, it's actually more like a 0.2% chance. And without even trying, I found it. Funny, huh? But, yeah. Again, with the releases of a Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, and being completely positive that they're going to bring back a lot of the mechanics from the other games, I figured, you know what, I'll talk about these Pokemon because, you know what, I did play Pokemon Platinum a lot. Seriously, no kidding, I logged 999 hours on Pokemon Platinum. Seriously, I did. You're probably wondering why I was doing it. Well, really? I just got bored and I just wanted to capture Pokemon I really liked. That was about it. I like Munchlax. I love Snorlax. I love Milotic. But in order to get them, sometimes you gotta find their pre-evolved forms. That's how it is. Although, here's the thing about Munchlax. You can't breed with it until you evolve into Snorlax. So you're probably thinking, okay, if you want another Munchlax, you breed from the Snorlax, right? No, you don't. You have to use like a special incense on a Snorlax. And then you breed with it, and that's how you get Munchlax or something. Again, honestly, I mean, yeah, by all accounts, you really are better off just asking for someone to trade you a Feebas or a Munchlax or a Snorlax for that matter. But honestly, if you put the time in and if you actually do want them, at least in the games, I can definitely tell you that they're worth getting. For sure. Because they are very good. Actually, Generation 4 had a lot of really good Pokemon. Like, not just them, but seriously, there are so many good Pokemon in Generation 4 that when it comes to the debate on which Pokemon that you want to start with or who's the best starter to get through the game with and stuff. In fact, you know what? Sugar Conroy said this the best when he said, literally, you could pick any one of those 3 starters and you'd be fine getting through the games. Really. Although, that being said, if you do want to get a Feebas, you likely would need a Pokemon that knows Surf. Probably Empoleon if Piplup was your starter. Because, basically, you already have a Pokemon that knows Surf. So why would you want another potential Pokemon that knows Surf? Again, I actually did capture Feebas and Munchlax the way they were meant to be caught. One legitimately trying to do and the other one accidentally. So if nothing else, I get bragging rights. But if you're really that pressed for it and you really want them and you don't want to have to go through all that trouble, I mean, there's a lot of really nice people online who breed and capture and trade these Pokemon. You know, you can just do that. I mean, we live in a big world with lots of Wi-Fi. It's possible. Like, favorite, share, the subscribe button. Follow me on social media. Thank you. I have on this video for all of you guys watching Joe for today. Will be a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. Remember, you guys want to talk to me. We get a land news right back. Take care. Make good choices. And let's get ready for Thanksgiving on Thursday. See ya. Oh, and don't go shopping on Thanksgiving night. There we go.